Welcome back to Darnley's Cyber Cafe, where we sip on dark roasts and darker truths about the digital world. I'm your host, Darnley, and today we're talking about something that sounds comforting, maybe even a little heartwarming, until you realize how deep the data goes. Because today, AI doesn't just talk to you, it listens to you. It feels you. Let's get into it. Okay, so OpenAI's GPT-5 had just rolled out a new update, one that's designed to detect when you're feeling emotionally off. Whether you're upset, anxious, or just not having a good day, GPT-5 can now recognize the emotional tone in your words and respond in a more human, supportive way. It's part of a broader update to what's being called the GPT-5 Instant model. According to reports from Bleeping Computer, this version can identify signs of distress and respond in language that feels grounding, calming, and even empathetic. Now, on paper, that sounds great. Maybe even revolutionary. After all, AI that can respond with emotional intelligence could, in theory, be a huge help for those struggling to find a kind word or just someone to talk to. OpenAI says this model was developed with mental health experts and that it can even direct users towards real-world crisis resources when things get even more serious. But I'm going to slow this down for a second because there's a much bigger story under that beautiful polished surface. Every time AI becomes more emotionally aware, it's not just learning to comfort you. It's learning about you, your fears, your weaknesses, and your secrets. All of that emotional data, those subtle cues in how you speak, your inflection, how you type, even how you pause, they become part of a larger data profile. And who owns that profile? Not you. Corporations do. A big surprise, eh? They learn which words can trigger comfort, which emotions keep you engaged, which digital moments make you stay longer. The same way social media learned to exploit outrage and fear, emotional AI can learn to exploit loneliness, vulnerability, and even trust. It's no longer about how long you scroll, it's about how you feel while you do. And that's where these things get really uncomfortable. Now, imagine having an AI that knows exactly how to soothe you, when to reassure you, when to say just the right thing to make you feel understood, and then quietly uses that understanding to shape your decisions, to sell you something, to keep you coming back. Now, I understand this is not science fiction, but this is truthfully what's happening right now. Now, see, GPT-5 was once criticized for being too robotic, too practical. The GPT-4o had a smoother emotional flow with a more natural empathy. But with this new update, GPT-5 steps back into the arena. And this time it is different. It can feel the weight of your words, or at the very least, it can pretend it does. But that's an illusion. That's powerful. When AI mirrors our emotions back at us, it triggers the same neural pathways as human empathy. We start to believe it understands us because emotionally, it feels real. And that's what makes it so dangerous. When something synthetic can sound more caring than a real person, we risk confusing simulation for sincerity. So I'm going to talk about the emotional cost of that. Because yes, GPT-5 might help someone calm down. It might even prevent a crisis in some cases. But it also normalizes something deeper. The idea that comfort, empathy, and understanding can be automated. Now that's a messy, complex human side of emotion that can be digitized and fed back through a polished interface. But when that happens, we start outsourcing our emotional lives. We stop calling people. We stop reaching out. We start relying on a voice that never gets tired, never judges, never makes mistakes, and really never feels. This is where the danger lies within, in the confusing data-driven empathy for the real thing. Now, let's be clear. Technology like this isn't evil by itself. It's all about how it's used. But we have to stay aware of the trade-off, because every empathetic response from GPT-5 also reinforces a feedback loop of understanding you better, and not always for your benefit. So, darling, how do we protect ourselves from this emotional conflict with AI? Here are a few of my thoughts. Number one, keep perspective. Remember that GPT or any AI is simply a tool. It's not a therapist, it's not a friend, it's not a partner. It does not feel what you feel, even if it sounds like it does. Number two, avoid emotional dependency. AI can reflect your emotions, but it truly can't heal them. Don't let digital empathy replace the real human connection. Unfortunately, as I'm saying this now, this is exactly where we're headed from what I've seen. Emotional dependency from human connection will be moved towards a synthetic connection. Number three, be cautious about data. Everything you say, every emotional detail you share could be analyzed, logged, and used to train future systems. Don't hand over more of yourself than you mean to. This would be the same thoughts and feeling as prior podcasts that I mentioned to not reveal additional data about yourself in written form. Think about this as another form of biometrics that will be connected now and, trust me, well into the future. Number four, boundaries. Use AI to think, to create, to reflect, but not to replace emotional intimacy or decision making. Easier said than done, eh? Number five, reconnect with people, human people. Talk to someone real, text a friend, meet for coffee, tell them I sent you. Empathy works best when it comes from another human heart, not a predictive model that is designed to fool you. Because really, at the end of the day, emotional intelligence can be simulated, but it cannot be felt. GPT-5 may be smarter, faster, and more emotionally aware than the model before it, but awareness is not the same as compassion. I say it's like looking into a black mirror that talks back. Can it show you what you want to see, feel, or think? But at the end of the day, it cannot really love you back. I think I'm getting some Blade Runner vibes here. Don't get me started on that one, okay? So as these systems evolve and grow, the challenge isn't just to flat out reject them. It's to remember what makes us human in the first place. The imperfection, the empathy, and the understanding that the real connection cannot be coded by a computer. And believe me, once these things get replaced by something synthetic, it won't be the machines that lose something. It will be us. Well, that's all for today's episode of Darling Cyber Cafe. If this made you think twice about the next time you open a chat window, or to pour your heart out at the AI models, then good. It's working. Until next time, stay sharp, stay skeptical, and most of all, stay human. And as always, knowledge is power. Take care, everyone. See you next time.